Remember, here's Cook. From the 12, Jones Case gets a block, takes off, and he is gone. Trying to stay upright, and he trips. Just a big very important people. Oh my God, what the heck?
Let's roll! That's right, y'all. TMI Sports Talk. And I'm here with the fellas, none other than B. Jeezy and Mr. Black. I don't know what's going on in sports, fellas, but apparently it's a lot going down. It's a whole lot going down. B. Jeezy, man, what's been going on with you, dog?
Hey, man, just been hanging in there, trying to see what's going on. This is an exciting time of the year. You know, we got March Madness, we got the NBA playoffs coming up. So, you know, I'm an excited fan right now.
Man, and Mr. Black sitting down there with a smirk on his face.
He ain't fooling me. I know why he feeling good. I know why he feeling good.
Well, hell, we might as well get into it. Let's go. B. Jeezy, why are you feeling so good, brother?
I'm feeling a little mildly optimistic because of the free agent signings that my team is having. And man, every day is like he pulling a rabbit out of his hat. We not even done yet. Like a linebacker, I think we got a linebacker from either the Broncos or the Steelers. Somebody today. We got like one of the top linebackers. Then we got Gardner Johnson came back from the Lions. Obviously Saquon Barkley, we got him. We signed a linebacker the other day, another, I think it was a corner or a safety. So, hey, seemed like Howie Roseman understand the assignment. We beefing up for another Super Bowl run, and I'm loving it right now. On paper, we looking like we gonna be that team.
Okay. So, you know, do you feel like they addressed a lot of the issues that caused for them to get unceremoniously escorted out of the playoffs?
Well, I don't think that they have addressed them all, but I think that they're making a step in the right direction in correcting things. You know, obviously, we still have the draft coming up, right? So that's a way to get better without having to spend a whole bunch of money. You're getting the youth and you're getting a skilled player. So if I had to give them a grade, because I'm like a pie graph type guy, I would say probably 60, 65% they have made efforts towards fixing the problem of last year's collapse, because it really wasn't the offense, it was the defense that couldn't stop nobody. So they're making some big signings, bringing some people back. I like where we're going.
So I'm going to say it like I know it. Apparently, the Cowboys feel like they don't need to adjust a damn thing based on their movements in free agency. What's going on, Mr. Black?
Do we have to talk about them right now, man? Do we have to?
We got to.
All right.
We got to, because let me tell you what I saw.
Let
me tell you what I saw real quick. Now, from what I heard, Travis Henry had purchased 2 houses here in Dallas. Is that correct? Allegedly?
You said Derrick Henry?
Derek, I'm sorry. Why am I thinking about Travis?
Yeah.
Derrick Henry purchased 2 houses here in Dallas, right?
Well, I don't know about the second house, but I already knew that Derrick Henry works out here in the off season. I have a homeboy that used to cut hair in the building where he used to go. So it's like, well, I'm already knowing it's make too much sense. He lives here in the off season. You know, he's at the tail end. We need a running back like him. Jerry, let's just go ahead and find the money, man. Y'all, we know that Jerry Jones, when it comes to getting people that he really want, he'll restructure, free up cap, and he could have signed Derrick Henry. I mean, the money that you gave Tony Pollard last year on the franchise tag, you could have got Tony Pollard for that just in extended years. I think we
Right.
paid Tony Pollard like 10 million last year, right? Well, you could have got Derrick Henry for that same amount. He signed
Yep.
with Baltimore for less. Now, of course, it's Baltimore, and they do have a more of a allure of winning the championship next year than the Cowboys, in my opinion. But at least open the door for the conversation. You never know. You know what I'm saying? What he was looking for. If he already likes the city, we should have made an attempt. But just sitting back watching the Eagles, man, and just being objective as possible, because y'all know I call it like it is. The Philadelphia Eagles constantly show why their ownership is better than ours. Every
Right.
year, this man either makes trades, signs free agents, and it's always, at least as a Philadelphia fan, you can say he's trying. I don't know what the hell Jerry Jones is doing. I don't know, because it's like we lost our starting center, we lost our starting left tackle, we
Y'all
lost
lost Pollard.
a rotational defensive end. Now I'm not really that mad about Pollard as far as being number one back, but I did want you to do something to supplement that. Go get me
Yep.
another running back. I heard they talking to AJ Dillon or something like that, and that's mid. You know what I'm saying? That's cool, whatever. But it's like there he hasn't done anything since saying that all in comment that makes me feel like they're really all in. It
You
just
don't see
makes
the
me feel
name.
like no, I don't. What are you all in on? You know what I'm saying? It's so frustrating, man, to be a Cowboys fan. And constantly watch other people do make some kind of moves. I mean, yeah, the Commanders, they're always bad, but at least they try too. They went and grabbed all our players and grabbed Mo, and they finna draft them a top quarterback. So man, it's frustrating. Look, I would rather be a fan of any other team right now than the Dane Cowboys right now, with
Oh
free
wow.
agency and
Damn.
how they going and just making that frustration level go up. Because mind you, I ain't got over the Packers loss. So now
Right.
we transition right into free agency, and it's like it just make you throw your hands up like shit. See, this is why I'm not watching them
It's the
next year.
problem. And whoever Facebook user is, because we can't see your name, I appreciate it. That's right, one of Chicago's finest. And yeah, we talking about the Cowboys because that's Mr. Black's team. But in speaking about Chicago, this is what I feel overall, and you guys are way more educated in the details than I am. But I think Chicago is addressing their issues when it comes to the line, the offensive line. I've seen a couple of moves that has been made. What's up, Rashad? I've seen a couple of moves that's been made. Also, the rumor has it is that we are going to keep Justin Fields.
That's good.
Yep.
That's good.
So what I'm gonna do as a fan, but I know what I said. I'm gonna step aside and I'm gonna let Mr. Black pop his collar because he called it.
Look, Tate, I was just saying, man, that to me, that was the smarter decision. And the more that we've learned about Caleb Williams, to me, it's been less attractive. He can still be a great talent, but the way he interviews, the way some of the cockiness and things, I don't know if I want that leading my locker room. You know what I'm saying? Especially
Right.
a locker room full of grown men who got mortgages and wives and college funds to pay for. I don't know if that's the kid I want to bring in. It's already, well known that the locker room likes Justin Fields, and again, they've pretty much dried up the market for Justin Fields anyway. If you were going
Yep.
to trade him, you should have had him open when Pittsburgh was looking,
Yep.
when Atlanta was looking, when all these different teams were looking for a quarterback and then already got their guy. You know what I'm saying, to sign. So now it's like on draft day, who's really now, unless one of these teams that want a top quarterback and they're gone because some teams trades up, it's not going to be a market for them. So it's like I said, trade that number one pick for a king's ransom, get a bunch of picks, and continue to build out that offensive line, then receive that receiving group. You know what I'm saying, and then the defensive side of the ball.
And you know what I'm happy about because I see Rashad. Rashad, do me a favor. Whoever is on Facebook, y'all come over to YouTube. Bold and Driven EP on YouTube. Bold and Driven EP on YouTube. that way we can see who you are and we can be a little bit more personable with you. So one thing that I saw, and I'm happy with it. Remember, I kind of said, look, if y'all gonna keep Justin Fields, please address all the other issues that we had. And I've seen a lot of things going on, and they can be rumored, but I just think that again, they identified their weak points and they are addressing their weak areas. We got Swift as well, right?
Yeah, y'all got him.
I was just pulling y'all up to see what all, because
Yeah,
I
Mr.
hadn't
Black, let us know.
really
Let us
seen.
know what moves happened with Chicago.
Yeah, y'all got
you
Swift
already
from us.
mentioned. I'm about to say you already mentioned Swift. They found the offensive lineman, Coleman Shelton. I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't really know who that is. To a 1-year deal.
They added a new
Damn, Tate,
center.
I'm trying to find, and it's someone named Jake Kierhan. I'm not really familiar with that, but that's
Right,
at least offensive lineman that y'all signing. You know what I'm saying? Because we know the offensive lineman has been one of the weaker points of the Chicago Bears.
right,
But if I'm you, Tate, I'm not really worried about free agency as much, because we have that #1 pick that we can leverage for those draft picks. So if
Yep.
I'm the Chicago Bears front office right now, what I'm doing is that so people in the comments saying y'all got a safety from Green Bay, you got a tight
no,
end from
we
the
got a tight
Chargers.
end from the Chargers. Not only a safety from Green Bay, but we got what's the Olympic babe name?
Oh,
Oh
okay.
yeah.
You got Byard too from the Eagles. You got
No,
Byard, you got
no.
DeAndre
Oh, they
Swift.
did?
Yeah, but
Yeah,
yeah, I
you do got
understand all
Byard.
that. But who did we get from Green Bay?
That's
That's what
Simone
somebody in the
Biles' old
comments
man,
said.
right?
Now, yes, we got
Oh,
Simone
Jonathan
Biles, old
Owens.
man.
Yeah,
See, that's
Jonathan
not that
Owens.
ain't
Yeah.
nothing important. Let me tell you something. Simone Biles, we gonna turn her into our Taylor Swift. We need all that attention. So thank you, Simone Biles. And we got him
Gerald
from
Everett too. That's a good
Green Bay.
pickup. Gerald Everett is a good pickup. With
Absolutely.
Cole Kmet. Yeah, that's a good pickup right there.
Absolutely. I'm excited about that because we need that attention, dog. I ain't gonna lie, we need Simone Biles. I want every time something happen on the field, they need to show Simone Biles clapping like they did Taylor Swift.
Now, do
Where
we
your
really
energy?
have to get into why that's not gonna happen? Do
Where
we
your energy
really have
at
to get
now,
into
Mr.
why
Black?
that's not gonna happen?
Nah, he just
That's
talking
not gonna
he
happen,
talking
bro.
Nah,
mess.
hell no. Where your energy at now, Mr. Black? We got somebody.
Because
Why you
that's not gonna
getting
happen.
Taylor
That's not
Swift?
gonna happen, Tate. That's
It ain't
not
no
gonna happen,
Biles out
Tate.
there. Wait, what they call their group? It ain't no Biles out there. We gonna
Never.
start a Biles group like they got the Swifties. It ain't no
Yeah,
Biles.
man. No, I don't think that's gonna have the same impact, brother. You know what I'm saying? But hey,
It could
may
if
y'all
we go ahead
still
and get behind it.
see. I don't know if they're gonna get behind it like that.
What the
We
NFL?
talking about somebody that's popular year round because of the music, versus somebody that does an Olympic, pretty much Olympic sports that comes around with every 4 years.
So
So it's just not the same level. Not the
you
same
trying to
level of
say she
fame there,
be
bro.
relevant every 4 years?
No, I'm just saying it ain't the same level of fame, brother. That's all I'm saying, man. I love Simone Biles. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Yeah. So, but I'm just saying America isn't gonna feel the same way about her as they feel about Taylor Swift.
America, y'all punk ass better keep that same energy for Simone Biles now that she bare, even though she gonna be cold during them damn games. Y'all better keep that same energy y'all had for Taylor Swift. I want to see it.
But yeah,
So
I would say y'all made some moves, man, that would make me say I'm encouraged as a fan. That now the draft still has to correlate with what you did in free agency. Like, you got to
right,
get those picks, man. That's what I'm saying. Definitely trade that pick. Let's go ahead and give Justin Fields that really good shot with an offensive line with some weapons. And like I said, Taylor Williams, if he was looking like maybe like Andrew Luck coming out the draft or something like that, to where you just feel like
yeah,
you can't miss. I don't think Taylor Williams is looking like a can't miss prospect though. That's just me.
right. So if he was looking like Vince Young did when he came out,
See, the problem is I feel like Vince Young got a bad situation. Jeff Fisher never wanted Vince Young. That's been reported. He never
That's
felt like Tennessee embraced him, and he still won Rookie of the Year. And of course, he was ahead of his time. Vince
right.
Young is a prototype now for what the quarterbacks are coming out now. Athletic, gotta run a 4.5 or 4.4 speed. Gotta have that arm to make all the throws, and that's what Vince Young was. So if Vince Young had came out at this time, I think he would have been one of the top prospects. But because of the situation he fell into then, it just didn't work out. So unfortunately, that's the way it happens for some of the quarterbacks, especially ones that look like us coming in a time where they weren't embracing us.
Right.
Facts. Yeah, he kind of was that first batch, and he had a hard time, man. They did give
They
him they
did.
didn't give him a fair shot. Him, in my opinion, I don't care how much people hate, but I don't think Cam got a fair shot, in my opinion. What's your
I think
thoughts
he
about that?
did. I think he did, Tate.
I
You
don't
think
know,
I
Cam?
mean,
Tate. He
yeah,
he
Cam got
won
a
the
good
MVP.
shot. He
Well,
he
what I'm
had some
saying is
weapons around him.
from an
He had some
expectation
weapons.
standpoint.
Huh?
From the expectations that and I'm not talking about the years that he was there, but it was just the expectations were really extremely high every year that he was in there. I don't recall a year where expectations wasn't high.
I mean, he
This
had
is
some
what I
decent
will
players
say, Tate.
around him, though.
See, that's the thing that I have to agree slightly with Tate on, because the best receiver he had on the outside was Steve Smith, right?
Yep.
He had Greg Olsen, but he never had a combination of a really good running back, two good receivers on the outside, a tight end, offensive line, and a defense. Most of the time, Cam just had a defense, maybe
Mhm.
one or two people besides himself on the offense, and that's how they was rocking. If they would have, did more to give him weapons, you know what I'm saying, and give him a consistent offensive coordinator, because Cam went through his share of offensive coordinators with Carolina, to where it was like, this and that, you know what I'm saying? So if he had more consistency, that maybe would have gave us a better Cam Newton as far as from the passing is considered. Because I don't know if he ever really got to show that he could really, be a passer like that. It was always dual threat. But, even the year where he won the MVP, without those rushing stats, those touchdowns that he had, he probably wouldn't have won it, because the passing stats wasn't like a
But
Lamar Jackson this past year or something like that. It was,
nah.
it was cool.
And let's just keep it a beam. Cam Newton was a excellent quarterback. He wasn't the most accurate though. He has moments where he would either sail that ball or he would, have them short throws at their knees and at their feet. So accuracy, especially towards like the end of his career, was not his strong suit. I think that the situation that he was in, it might have been a little high expectations, but I think that, he did good. He could have won with that. He took him to a Super Bowl.
Well, I'm gonna say this. To me, it seems like the quarterbacks that are categorized as running quarterbacks don't really get the great receivers, because they figure you should be able to use your legs to get out of trouble. And they just
Yeah, they just figured that out with Lamar Jackson.
I'm sorry, say that again.
No, I said they just figured out that with Lamar Jackson. They just start trying
Exactly.
to get him weapons. Derrick Henry now, of course, you got Zay Flowers last year. Yeah, Odell Beckham, who they're probably not going to retain, Mark Andrews.
Now he
But,
gone.
they figure Mark Andrews?
No, Beckham gone.
Oh, yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. I already knew they probably
Yeah.
want to bring him back, because he was okay, but you can probably go get somebody else that'll be a little more
Oh,
impactful.
oh
Odell
yeah.
Beckham, without, unfortunately, he's probably past his time to where
Prime.
he
Oh
was,
yeah, he's
the
done.
Odell Beckham of old.
Yeah.
So but they just figured that out. Even when he won the MVP, all he had out there was, I think, a little what's the kid that played for not this last year but the first year for the Cardinals? What, Marquise Brown, Hollywood Brown? And
Yeah.
Hollywood Brown and Mark Andrews, and I don't even remember who the running back was. But it's like, don't treat the running quarterbacks like the athletic ability is going to cover up still needing weapons. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Because if you go out there and you get them the same amount of weapons you're gonna get Peyton Manning, oh man, come on now. Now we
It's gonna
talking
be
about you really
crazy.
doing something.
So wait, Mr.
Yeah,
Black, I'm about to really stir the pot, because that's what I do. That's
yeah.
what I do. To me, it seems like, and I'm going all the way back to Warren Moon. It seems like the fairer skinned black quarterbacks get that kind of support versus the darker quarterbacks are expected to run.
Mm.
Think about it. Think about it. Come on, give me some.
Who, dark skinned
I
quarterbacks?
say
Warren
what I'm gonna
Moon is a
say.
running quarterback, though.
Think about it.
Warren
Randall.
Moon was a
Yeah,
pocket
right.
passer.
Think about what I
See, Tate,
said.
I think it's more playing style though. Okay, but well, so it kind of relates to your point because there isn't too many quarterbacks that or look like brothers that was out there as pocket passes. There are a few like Doug Williams, like you said, Warren Moon. But I'm saying as far as most of the quarterbacks
Warren
that
Moon
come
was
out,
fair skin,
and
bro.
you said who? Really? I feel like Warren
Like,
Moon was like
he
Browns.
better
You know
than
what I'm
us.
saying? Like, I mean, he didn't come out looking like Patrick Mahomes or nothing. You
No,
know what I'm
no,
Right.
that's
saying?
the
So,
new light skin. I'm talking about the old light skin. That's
oh,
the new
okay.
light skin.
Well, okay. I feel like it was more playing style. If your playing style was closer to what they felt like the prototypical quarterback was, they looked at you a different way. But if you came out and you looked like us and you're running all over the field, those coaches used to think that you could never win that way. But he's never going to win that way running the ball. A quarterback has to pass. They have to throw. You know that archaic mentality. Because
Right.
again, now like we was just saying, we look at the quarterbacks coming out and all of them can run a 4.5 or a 4.4 in the 40. You look at the quarterbacks that are relevant now. Who really cannot move in the pocket
Yeah,
or pick up a first down? You know what I'm
right.
saying?
All of
E-
them can.
Even the our Caucasian cousins are now flying
Even the
up.
white
Yeah.
boy, Joe
Let's
Burrow
think
Josh
can go get
Allen.
a first down. Josh
outside
Allen,
of a quarterback, and I know. Okay, so traditionally, the quarterback was a white guy position, right?
right,
Right.
right.
Running back, black guy. But you seeing some white running backs that are fast
Yeah.
now. You seeing white running backs. You seeing more white receivers.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
really, things is kind of flipping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you remember that technology I was telling you about in basketball that these players train and new information? Well, that ain't just privy to us. That's privy to everyone that's playing sports. So now
Absolutely.
these guys are finding out different ways to train, and it's just not natural ability. See, before we just had one up because of natural ability. We were just naturally faster, naturally, athletically inclined. But now you got guys who are come out here. They don't do all these different drills that'll get their verticals up, get them faster. And when those guys come out there and they outwork, you know what I'm saying? Of course, it's like a catch-22 because we used to say we have to work harder to be equivalent to our counterparts. But now it's like in sports, those guys have to put in even more work because athletically we're still there, but they're doing more to bridge that gap. You know what I'm saying?
That's one of the reasons. The other
Yep.
reason is, let's be for real, they are no longer staying secluded to their neighborhoods when it comes to
Right.
competition. The competition pool is now being more mixed because usually, typically, back in the day, even when from your college all the way down, you would have those schools playing those schools. Occasionally, you'll see a mixture, and occasionally you'll have, what, black person here, whatever. However, from an overall standpoint, the competition pool is more stirred, and they are no longer scared to come down there and compete with us, and we are now going up there to compete with them. That's in all sports, in my
Yep.
opinion.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, them camps, man. That these athletes run, and you can't discount the summertime when all these guys work out at the same places, get these, the pickup games and everything like that. All that matters. You know what I'm saying? So, if I'm, an athlete and I see another guy working out and he doing something I'm not doing, I know he's a lot faster than me. Well, guess what? I'm finna start doing that same drill. I'm finna ask him for some tips because I'm trying to get that 40 time up. So I think that you're going to start seeing a more of an influx of athletes that are white, not just play the offensive line, not play tight end,
Right.
not play quarterback, but start playing the running back, receivers, cornerback, safety. Well, they've been playing safeties, but other positions with more speed. You'll start seeing them
Yep.
more in.
The access. Do you guys feel like the access is easier for a kid to connect to the top level athlete that are in the NBA, NFL, so on and so forth? Do you think that connection is easier now than it was before, and that's the reason why they're producing so many great athletes now?
I think absolutely it is.
Like
Absolutely,
you
I
didn't,
agree too.
if you weren't
Social
on,
media, man. Social
yeah,
media
if you wasn't on the
is a big
radar,
part of that.
Yep.
if you wasn't on the, I'm gonna call it the underground radar. If you wasn't on the underground radar to be that person with next level potential, you didn't get
Mhm.
looked at. You didn't get the opportunity to even know how they got there. You didn't know,
Right.
you didn't have access. But now, first of all, your grade schools look like high schools, and high schools look like college now.
Yep.
Facts. Yeah.
Yep.
The equipment that they use and all that stuff is
Right.
totally different. It's more on a pro level. So
Right.
of course, yeah, that's definitely a benefit for these kids as well. Because I ain't gonna lie, I, they back when I was in school, they already knew the
Hmm.
team before they even had the tryout. Whether it was football or basketball, they knew the team before they had the tryout, and you would have to come and be just, where the hell did this kid come from? He's phenomenal in
Right.
order to
Right.
bump somebody else.
Right.
If you weren't that kid, you just never got that exposure. And if you weren't that kid, you didn't have the exposure to go to a camp or go someplace else and improve your skills to the degree of having that effect the next year.
Yeah.
So
Well, yeah, I think these athletes are far more visible than when we were younger. And someone was talking about this the other day. The allure of an athlete was much more mysterious when we was younger. You know what I'm saying?
yes,
Like you didn't
yes,
really outside of interviews that they might do on a top TV program, you didn't really know anything about the athlete that you were worshiping. You know what I'm
right,
saying? You're like, I don't really know about him as a person. I just know he can drop 35 at any time. You know what I'm saying? Like Michael
right.
Jordan, we didn't really know who Michael Jordan was as far as a person during that time. You just knew he was the biggest star in the world as far as on the basketball court. Today, where all these guys have IG profiles, Facebook, you know what I'm saying, Twitter, or whatever the case may be. So these kids are able to go on there, see what they're talking about, see them going live, and also get to understand, these camps. When they do these camps, they're able to connect more. Well, now I know, it works both ways, because now if you're a top running back prospect in Miami and I'm doing a camp in Miami, I might know who you is if I'm that athlete because I've heard
Yep.
about you. I've seen your
Yep.
athletes. So now I might even be willing to give you some advice or some tips to help you even be better. That's far more, accessible than we were coming up, because it just wasn't like that, you know.
I got one other thing. Another thing, they get more opportunities than we got.
Yeah.
Remember, it was high school, your senior year, and if you ain't
Hmm.
pop, you kind of like dead. Now they have junior college, they got D2, they got D1, of course, and you can the transport. I don't know if they had a transport portal for for football. Do they?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, the
yeah,
transport
absolutely. Hmm.
portal and this opportunity and that opportunity. It's like so many ways you can go overseas now when it comes to
And they
football,
making money in college, State. And they
and they
making
making
NIL.
money in college.
and they making money. They not starving, because a lot of them great college athletes dropped the hell out because they had to eat, so they had to get a
Yep.
job.
Right, exactly.
Or they came
Some
pro
guys are
earlier than they
millionaires,
should.
millionaires before they even step into the league. So that's a different kind of brag. I feel like the problem with Caleb Williams is, maybe it's not a problem. I'm gonna just say from where I'm sitting at. If I'm a GM of my team, the problem I would have is, it seems like you're acting as if this, like, it's a pleasure to have me. You know what I'm saying,
He's
here.
he's
You know what
already
I'm
made.
saying?
He a
Right,
diva.
right.
Let's just
I
keep it a
don't really
bean.
need this. Yeah, I don't need this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll do what I want to do. I'll go to whatever team I want to, because I do think those reports about him saying that he didn't want to go to Chicago at first was real. I believe
Well, I
it
Yep.
think
was
that
too many I seen. It was too many reports I saw that said
Yep.
he did not want to go to the Bears. And then I seen a report saying that that he wanted partial ownership. I saw that too many times. So even if those were never confirmed, it's like asking for those kind of things, like you're a LeBron like prospect out of college, is kind of crazy. You know what I'm saying? But even if it was
wait. So
LeBron, let's say he came out asking for part of ownership of the Cavs, they looked at him like he was crazy. Like, hey man, come on,
so
go
wait.
on with
So
it.
that's all I was gonna say, Mr. Black. Do you think the owners were sitting back saying, "Nigga, is you crazy?"
That's
Pretty
exactly what
much.
they were saying.
When Caleb
These white
Williams said,
men
"Hey, nigga, is you crazy?"
who won't even let a black man own an NFL team outright. You think they finna let a player come in and have partial ownership of a team while he playing? Man, you
He ain't done
crazy,
nothing
Even
bro. You
yet.
though,
crazy. A new
even
kind of crazy.
though, even though, if you're a generational talent like a LeBron, honestly, that's not a wild idea to ask for. Give
You
me,
No,
ain't
you
done.
can
You ain't
ask.
done
I'm
nothing.
just saying
this,
it'll
think
get you
about this.
crazy.
Give me my contract plus give me one ownership share, and I want to be able to own every year that I'm under contract. I want to be able to own 1% more. That's
That,
not a wild idea.
yeah, but you got to do something to prove it.
Well,
You
I
can't
did it
just
to
come
him.
in asking for that,
That's
and
what
you
I'm
ain't
saying.
generating no ticket sales. You ain't got no
Yeah,
butts in the seat. Your
he ain't
jersey
won
ain't
nothing
selling. Like you're gonna have to do
except the
something to make
Heisman.
that request other than be a rookie.
Bruh, yo boy, I'm talking about your boy. You brought him up, LeBron. They
Oh,
No,
that was as soon
yeah,
as
that's
LeBron,
LeBron. That's LeBron though. That's
yeah, hold on.
LeBron.
As soon as
Taylor.
LeBron got to
Okay.
the city, if I'm not mistaken, the city grew financially by what? $1 billion?
Probably something like that. I don't know the
All the
official numbers,
businesses
but it
and
gotta be
everything, calf games, beer sales,
right.
everything
Right.
immediately grew. So that's not a wild, and I'm not saying Caleb Williams is on this level by all means, because I probably seen 4 highlights of the dude. But being a
Right.
generational talent like LeBron, that's not a wild thing to ask for, in my opinion, especially from a team like Cleveland, right?
it is. It is why. I'm gonna tell
Right.
you why. Because
Go.
look at LeBron career tape. So you just say hypothetically speaking to entertain your argument, he come in and ask for a 1% share. Then when the team start losing, he jumps and goes to Miami. So now you got a man who don't even play for your team that still got partial ownership. He comes back, he does what y'all want him to do, the chosen one, win a championship. Now look where he at. He's in LA. He may leave LA. Do you think he's going back to Cleveland? Heck no. So you got a man that's no longer affiliated with your team, with your city that you've given ownership to, and he can do whatever he want to do with it. So is that really, in retrospect, is that really a good idea? With free
Yeah.
agents?
Let me tell you
No.
why. Let me tell you why. He probably wouldn't have never left.
Yeah, he would have.
Yeah,
He
he would have.
probably
Yeah, he
no,
was
he probably
leaving.
wouldn't. It's a
He was leaving
difference when
regardless.
it's a difference when you own some shit.
Tate, winning.
It's a
No,
difference.
you're right, Tate. But in the end, Tate, he's not gonna be looked at as one of the best players ever for owning a team. He's gonna be looked at for winning. That's why he
There you
left.
go.
And
Winning.
The Cleveland Cavaliers organization was doing the same thing to him that they were doing to Lamar Jackson at first. He's such a great talent. We don't really need to give him that much because we're winning without it. So we don't
You
need
need
to
to
go get him another all-star small forward or center or anything. They was just getting him bottom of the barrel. I don't want to,
hey, Booby
give the
Gibson was
guys that
not
were
bottom of
playing.
the
They just
barrel.
wasn't. He was a good shooter.
Mr.
You
Black, what we
know,
gonna
he
do with
was.
it, Mr. Black? What we gonna
Booby
do with him?
Gibson was not bottom of the barrel.
Every week I think we
See the
working with
fact
him, and
that
then he take a step back.
yeah, he just bottom man. Listen, Booby Gibson. Listen, bro. I actually like Booby Gibson. He went to Texas, right? So I like Booby
Yeah.
Gibson. But he wasn't doing nothing but hitting threes every now and then, man. LeBron didn't have nothing in Cleveland that first time around, man. That's why he left. They weren't trying to get him nobody, and nobody wants to go play in Cleveland. Kyrie
Right,
Irving would have
right.
never went to Cleveland if they didn't draft him. Don't
LeBron
nobody
made
want to go to
Cleveland
Cleveland to play
exciting.
no sports.
LeBron made
He
Cleveland
did.
exciting.
He
Yeah, he made
did.
it relevant.
I can't
Wait,
tell you. I can't tell you one player before he got on the team in 2003, two, whatever. I can't tell you one player before then, besides the days of what was it,
Mark
Mark
Price,
Price or
Brad.
something like that. With the
Brad
yeah,
Doherty,
that's it. You know.
Craig
I'm not
Elo.
gonna disrespect the folks that played in Cleveland before.
You know what? Ilgauskas was there. That Big Z, he was
Yeah.
there. You know what I'm saying? He was there. But they ain't had nothing, man. They
Joe
didn't
Y'all,
have
Julius
y'all
that,
gonna
Peter.
and
y'all gonna stop this. He had plenty in Cleveland. They got to the damn finals.
And
he
what
didn't
happened?
have, and they got whooped. The San Antonio Spurs sat down for a quick bite and got up and left. That's it. That was
Woo!
a snack. I don't even think Tim Duncan broke a sweat that whole series, brother. No, that was
So,
one of the easiest rings I think the Spurs got.
Yep.
hey, while we talking about NBA, I definitely want to address the current standings right now. BGZ, do me
For
a
sure.
favor and just go 1 through 10. We gonna start with the East first, and then we'll work
Okay.
our way over to the West. We
Also,
want
okay. So
hey,
in
Mr.
the
Black, just to let you know, I want you to give me your surprises, whether they're good or
Okay.
bad. All right.
all right,
So
I'm
go
gonna run
ahead,
them down.
BGZ.
Got
Run
you.
them.
First place, which is no surprise, you got the Celtics. Second place is the Cavs. Third is the Bucks. Fourth, the Knicks. Fifth is the Magic. Sixth, 76ers. Seventh is the Pacers. Eight is the Heat. Ninth is the Bulls. And 10th is the Hawks.
So, Mr. Black, first of all, who is your good surprise in this East? Who is exceeding expectations?
You know what, Tate? I would say the fact that the
Yep,
Magic haven't been relevant in a long time.
yep,
You
All
know,
right.
and the fact that the Magic are the fifth seed in the
yep.
conference, that's a win. You know, they
Yeah,
got a lot
yeah.
of great young talent down there. They
Mhm.
playing good basketball right now. And now, of course, I don't think they'll be a threat really to the Celtics or anything like that. But if you're an Orlando Magic fan, this is a very positive sign after I don't know, about a decade of just being, really bad since what Dwight
Yep,
Howard left or something like that. So yeah,
yep.
I would say the Magic are a nice surprise in the East.
Yes, I gotta give it to they definitely got a solid, like, it's scary to go and play in Orlando now. Like, teams used to look at that
No, it's
as
not just a pushover. Yeah,
yeah,
a
but
day
now
off. We're gonna go Disneyland, Disney
you know
World. Yeah.
you got Paulo Branquero, that dude cold,
Hmm.
Yeah.
strong, big, just like LeBron. And I gotta give it to Cole Anthony, man. That's also on the team, man. I think that's dope.
Mhm.
That's my boy, Greg Anthony's son.
Oh, okay.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
Greg Anthony's son
It
is on the
sure, it
and
sure
and,
is.
and they
If you
really
look
got
in
it
his
going
face, you
down there.
can kind of see it. He's just light skinned.
Oh, for sure. You can tell he got his mama's
Yeah.
highlights.
Yeah. But that's good, man, because they've
Hey,
been
on the
picking top
real,
five like the last 5, 6 years. So it's good that
Yeah.
some of those picks finally starting to materialize to win.
right.
You know.
Hey, man, on the real, I was at a shit. I think it was a playoff game with the Miami Heat in Dallas, and Greg Anthony winked his eye at me, man. I don't know what the hell that meant, but
Do he know you?
no, hell no, he don't know me. He just gave me that wink, dog. That like motherfucker, is you flirting with me?
I
Like,
don't know. Yeah, that's like hey man, that sound real P Diddy-ish right there.
yeah, dog. It kind of caught me off guard. I'm like, what
Yeah.
the fuck? Yeah, but anyway, Orlando is your shocker. BGZ, who's your
Hmm.
shocker?
I'm from Orlando. That's a shocker too, but I'm gonna go with the Knicks. Um,
Mm.
they are really shocking me. They're playing even the games that they're losing. They're playing some very competitive basketball. I think the game they played against Golden State, they was right in that game down to the wire. And when you look at that team, they don't really have a bona fide superstar on that team. They just have a collection of decent to good players, and they're holding in there.
You wouldn't say Jalen Brunson kind of made it now?
Don't you say that. Don't you say that.
You wouldn't say that now?
You can't say a word because y'all traded him. You can't say a word.
No, we already talked about that. I told you. We already talked about that. But Jalen Brunson, I feel like you can throw a superstar on Jalen Brunson by now, man.
No, man.
All-star.
All-star. He's a star, not super.
Not super.
Okay.
Not yet.
Okay.
I think he got the capability, but not yet. He needs to have
if he really show up in these playoffs and they
yes.
have a deep run,
Then yes.
I think that they may catapult him to superstar.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, he gonna need to have a good run. He gonna need some memorable moments, maybe a couple game winning shots, maybe a couple stretches where he scored only 8-10 points, something like that. But right now, they don't have that guy who you can give it to and say take over the game for. They don't have that guy on their team
I think he's that guy though.
I don't think he's consistent enough.
What?
Nah, he's not consistent enough as far as I look at him. He's a good player, but he's not consistent. What I mean by that is that he can make plays, but he's not going to consistently hit that jumper. He's not going to consistently be that threat. I don't think he's that guy yet. So the fact for me, that he's at 4, they're at 4 with only him, it's good. It's a win.
I personally think this entire lineup is a shock. This entire standings is a goddamn shock. First of all, I'm damn that I got the Miami Heat. Let me tell you why they my good shock. Do y'all realize? Hold on.
We talking about good shock or bad shock?
Oh, good shock.
Hold on, maybe I'm looking at something wrong.
Good shock. I like 8.
That's what I said, BG. I'm looking at the wrong.
Let me tell you why. Miami Heat could easily be the worst team in the league based on we have had, I believe, 16 different starting lineups. Jimmy Butler hasn't played a great deal of the games. Also, Tyler Hero has been out for a long time. So our superstars have not been there. One thing that I'm super impressed with Miami, and y'all got to give it to them, from 1 to 16 or however many roster spots they got, people step up when it's time.
Yeah, next man up. And in my opinion, we could easily be the worst team in the league based on the things that we have had to deal with. And I totally give the credit to the structure and the organization and Heat culture, which is the reason why if this was old school playoffs and the season ended today, we are in the playoffs. Yep.
Yeah,
with
and
that
no one is going to argue. No one is going to argue with the culture and the organization that the Heat is. I think that, even being a fan of another team, it's like you just give credit where it's due. Miami has been like, a reputable organization, as far as I can remember, even going back to, the Alonzo Mourning and Tim Hardaway days, they still, they were still solid, So them being there isn't really that surprising to me because I think they just have that spirit of Pat Riley in there that, hey, we gonna fight. We gonna punch some people in the mouth. So that's not really that surprising to me. I think Cleveland might be more surprised. I just didn't think Cleveland was ever going to go back to prosperity after LeBron James left. So the fact that they're the second seed, that's fine.
I don't know what the hell is going on in Cleveland outside of Donovan Mitchell, but for them to be 2, that is huge. That is huge, unexpected. Again, like Mr. Black said, since LeBron James, they ain't been crap. So I got to give props definitely to that. Was my other one that I was going to say outside of Miami was Cleveland. Also, please don't sleep on the Pacers.
Yeah.
Do not sleep on the Pacers.
They got a squad.
You can do that if you want to, but they will bust all ass in a 7-game series right now.
They got a good young squad.
See, a good young squad. Yeah,
Halliburton.
they're a couple years away from really making some
Right.
noise.
I'm not
Man.
saying they're gonna. I
Couple
don't think
years
they're
away.
probably gonna get out of the. If it was in right now, like Tate said, I don't think they're beating the Cavs.
Mr. Black, but they'll bust Dallas ass
No,
in
I
a
don't know about
seven-game
that, Tate.
in a
I
seven-game
don't know,
series.
man.
Look, I'm
I
talking
don't
shit.
know,
They'll
bro.
bust Dallas ass.
Dallas been. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and get to the West now. Since
Let's
you
get to the
bringing it there,
West.
let's go to
Let's
the
All
get
West.
right.
to the West.
Yeah.
All right.
Who
So
we
the
got?
West, the Nuggets. I think
No,
that game they won last night, they retook the number one spot. Then you got the Thunder, Timberwolves, Clippers, Pelicans, Kings, the Suns, the Mavs at 8, Lakers at 9, the Warriors at 10.
let's go, Mr. Black. Come on.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and give you my surprise. My surprise is actually the Kings, and this is why.
Yeah.
Because the Kings, since they had Vadi Divac, Doug Christie, Mike
Chris Webber.
Bibby, Paige Stojakovic, Chris Webber,
Chris Webber.
have
Yeah.
Bobby Jackson, they haven't been
Oh, that
relevant
was a
at all
squad.
here. You
Hold
know what
on.
I'm
I'm
saying?
sorry to
That
interrupt,
was a
Mr.
squad,
Black.
man.
That was a squad.
Yeah, the
That
squad.
was a squad. That
Well, if it
was a
wasn't for the
squad.
Super Lakers, they would have been champions.
No, and the Spurs, because they both just get them fits. But you're
Yeah,
right. If they didn't have to go through the Spurs and the Lakers, they definitely would have won championships. But to
that was a
me, to see the Kings, you know what I'm saying, be in a spot to where it not only looks like they'll make the playoffs, but they'll actually be a threat in the playoffs as far as like you don't want to just play the Kings like they're a pushover. You know what I'm saying? That's not gonna be a 4-0 series, no matter who they play. De'Aaron Fox, look, that brother is real deal. That brother is
Yeah.
legit, you
yeah.
know, and the Kings are going to be good for years to come because they have a young team as well, you know. Um, and I guess I just throw the bad team in there too. The bad team,
No,
of
no, no,
course,
no.
State. I'm
Hold on, hold
sorry.
on, hold on, hold on, hold on.
Oh no, not the
Hold on.
bad
We're
team.
gonna go back.
Okay,
We're gonna go back.
okay,
Be Jeezy.
okay.
My surprise team is the Minnesota Timberwolves because they had the one seed at lock, but you knew that was going to come down a little bit because Karl Anthony Towns is out. But the fact that has probably been one of the poster child organizations that's a bottom feeder for the NBA. They have never really been relevant like that since Kevin Garnett left, and even with him, they wasn't that good. This is the best that I've
Right.
seen them with this young talent that they have, and
What
I
team
think
are
that
you
they
talking
can make a
about?
run.
What team are you talking about?
Minnesota,
Timberwolves.
Okay. Okay, yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. My mind
yeah,
got you got broken
they
up in
because
my
Karl
mind.
Anthony Towns is I don't know how long he's out, but they maintained a consistent level of play. You know, since he's out, they dropped a couple games. What you expect that with one of your best players down, but they're looking good. They're looking good. And Edwards,
Anthony
I
Edwards is real deal.
think now here's the thing.
Gangster.
He's a superstar.
Yeah, I'll give it to him. I'll give it to
Jalen
him.
Brown is a star. Jalen Brunson, star. He's a superstar.
We got Trevor Brewer tea time says Kings took Golden State to 7 games last year.
Yeah.
They might take Golden State this year. Meaning Golden State ain't gonna get by. But anyway, my team, while y'all tripping, is OKC. OKC.
I give you that.
Dude.
They've been coming for a while
Nobody
though. They've been coming.
expected OKC to be the number 2 seed. And hell, if you move them to the East, you don't expect them to be the number 2 seed. But
I don't know.
Gilgeous,
They've been bubbling for a little while, man. They've been
hold
bubbling
on.
though.
Gilgeous Alexander is a stud.
Yeah, he is.
Forget a star, that's a stud. And where the league is going, they got the other unicorn, y'all. They got the other unicorn. What's my man name? 7 foot. What is he? 7'3", 7'4".
Chet Holmgren.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he can do just as much as Wemby.
Yeah.
So I didn't expect OKC to be there. So I'm gonna say that's my surprise because again, that's another city that people think that's gonna be a walkover city. Oh, we got OKC, that's a dub, and then we're gonna move on to wherever Dallas, that might be a little rough or whatever. But OKC is now something to deal with. And I'm gonna say this too, y'all. This entire lineup outside of the Nuggets is a surprise. Is a complete surprise. Now, since we on the West, I'll go ahead and bounce it to Mr. Black because he's about to kick it off. I'll tell you what my worst is. Mr. Black, go ahead and kick it off. What's your worst? What's the unexpected worst?
Man, look, I'm gonna pick one because one of y'all might have the other answer that I have. But you, look, Jeezy, you read off this list, man. Come on now, the bottom, Golden State. No, I ain't gonna say Golden State. I'm gonna say the Lakers. This is why I'm going to say
Okay.
the Lakers though, because the Lakers went to the Western Conference Finals last year. Now, granted, I felt like they overachieved last year, but they still made it to the Western Conference Finals. And then you were supposed to have made moves to improve your roster. You bring in the Gabe Vincent's, you re-signed Austin Reeves because they thought he was going to leave. And you bring in some of these, key pieces that are supposed to be good role players to go along with LeBron and Anthony Davis. And Anthony Davis, to biggest surprise, outlier
Yep.
there, he hasn't been the Anthony Davis of the past few years. He's actually played like the Anthony Davis we saw in New Orleans. So the fact that you have that, you still have a LeBron James averaging 26, 27 points a game, and these guys are in the ninth spot. That's bad. I don't really even know how you can. They didn't make a key trade at the deadline. They probably wasn't a trade to make. Maybe they looked, but I don't really see the Lakers. They'll probably be in the play-in again, but it's like that they could get X'd out of the play-in. So I don't even know if they're gonna even be in the playoffs this year.
Keep playing them games and keep thinking that you can dig yourself out. But BGZ, who's a disappointment in this lineup?
My disappointment is the Phoenix Suns. They have
He took
three.
mine. I got to get another one. Go ahead.
Okay, they have three superstars. Now, granted, they have all been in and out of the lineup, but for the last probably 10 or 15 games, they've all played. Now, they are tied with the Kings for the sixth seed, but the Kings have the tie break over them. So they're 6 and Phoenix is 7 with the 38-27 record.
No, Phoenix is 8. This must be tonight. I must have some updated standings. Go ahead.
You might have you might have it because they was 30.
Phoenix is now 8. Dallas Mavericks is 7.
Okay, they must have flip
Oh
flop.
yeah, okay. It's a flip flop.
Yeah, they must have played a game tonight or something.
Yeah.
So when you look at Phoenix, it's no way that with those three, Bill, star, Devin Booker, superstar, Kevin Durant, superstar. They got an average big man. But it's no way that they should be the eighth seed with that much talent, with a coach who has been there and done that already, NBA championship level coach. It's no way they should be 8th with all that talent. And so I feel like they have really underachieved so far by having that 8th seed.
I got one.
Hey, that's the story with Kevin Durant, though. With Kevin Durant, it feel like that's a common trend that when Kevin Durant gets on these super teams outside of the Warriors, they underachieve.
Yeah,
they do.
And that's what I was going to ask. I was going to ask a question about Kevin Durant. Y'all put a stamp right there so I don't forget, because y'all know my OLD will make me forget. I'm going to say my disappointment, and I'm about to rattle y'all cages. My disappointment is the Clippers. And they're at 4.
Clippers?
Yeah.
The Clippers are at 4, and they're my disappointment because, in my opinion, ain't nowhere in the hell the Clippers supposed to have 2 games better than the Pelicans. Nowhere in the hell. The talent that the Clippers have is greater than the talent that the Pelicans have, in my opinion. Also, I see how Timberwolves, I'm not going to dump on them, but OKC, you mean tell me the Clippers ain't better than OKC from a talent, from a roster standpoint? Russell Westbrook, Paul
No,
George,
man.
James Harden, Russell Westbrook, Paul George, James Harden, Kawhi. That's a freaking all-star team.
They should be the top three,
Well,
one of the
That's
top
a
three
freaking
seeds.
all-star team.
if I can interject just a little bit on your
Zubats,
point to say why,
handle your business.
just this is why, because all those guys you named are all 33 and up. This is why I say that, because in the NBA, when you have those back-to-backs, when you have that long season, some of those guys gonna be. We know about Kawhi Leonard and load management. Some of
Right,
those
right.
guys are gonna miss games. Some of those guys are not gonna be able to get up that next day to do it because they all have aging talent. So they're playing for the playoffs anyway. They're gonna be in there. That's when their time to shine. The Thunder, meanwhile, them dudes ain't nobody probably over the age of 25. They core. Them dudes is still jumping out the gym, still being able to sleep at 2 a.m. and get up at 6 a.m. That's the team full of young kids that they have. So I'm gonna say you're right as far as experience, but when you talk about young talent, young bones, you know what I'm saying, all that energy, I can see why the OKC is has a better record than the Clippers in the regular season.
Wait. What did you say about Bones?
Young bones, man. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? They don't get out the bed in the morning and they stuff creak. Yeah, Russell
so
Westbrook, Paul George, all them dudes getting out the bed in the morning and having to stretch and hearing them bones crack. You know what I'm
and
saying? They hearing
they
all that.
bones crack.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right, so wait, let me go down to a couple of people, man. Paul George, James Harden, right? Kawhi,
Right.
Terrence Mann,
Right. Right.
Moon is not bad. Plumlee, Mason Plumlee, Norman Powell, who is a scoring machine, right? Then you got Daniel Tice is good, PJ Tucker is good, Westbrook and Zubac. Dude,
Yeah.
that's a
That's one of
way
the
more
oldest teams.
solid. Hold on, that's a way more solid squad.
It is.
Let me grab the Pelicans.
No, I was saying the Thunder. The
Okay,
Thunder.
you want the
I was
Thunder? That's gonna be even
the
better.
Thunder.
That's gonna be
Yeah. All right. All right.
that's gonna be even better. Because on the Thunder, let's see what you got. Bismack Biyombo, who gotta be at least 100 by now, right? You got Dang, I don't know who the hell that is. Lou Dort, dog. Come on, dog. Lou Dort, Josh
I
Giddey.
don't even know who that is.
Lou
Josh
Dort.
Giddey's really good and young.
Lou Dort left his mark one playoff series that he played James Harden real good. Josh Giddey is cool. Alexander, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander is a stud. Gordon,
Don't disrespect Josh Giddey and say he just okay. That
no,
young
he's
man is
good.
better than okay. He's
He's
really
good.
good. Go ahead though.
No, I said
All
he's
right.
good. I said he's good.
He
Okay.
says he's good.
He ain't better than Kawhi, Paul George, or none of them.
No.
Now, since we talk,
I'll take Giddey over everybody except Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. I'll
okay,
take him over everybody else.
since you talking about old bones and crust, and speaking of
Okay.
unathletic, Gordon Hayward, they got Gordon Hayward, bro.
Ooh, you got to
Chet
have some
Holmgren.
veteran leadership somewhere.
Chet is 7-1, by the way. I said 7-3. If I'm not naming players, that's because I don't even know these bastards. And I'm pretty good at knowing folks. So you see how I'm steady going and I'm not naming nobody?
Yeah, I mean.
But you already named four. You already named four that I'm good with though.
Bruh. That's
I'm
4
just
out of
saying, and they all young. They all young, man.
Hey, that's 4 out of
All
16.
them guys like top 5 draft picks, you know what I'm saying, in the draft, all them guys.
That's 4 out of 16.
Clippers got a better squad.
And on the
Clippers
Clippers have a more experienced squad, but I already gave you that. I'm saying during the regular season, I can see how the Thunder would have a better record because of the young talent versus the aging talent. That's all I'm saying.
Got you. All right, so OKC is my get the hell out of here. Let's go over to the East. Oh, by the way, honorable mentions, Golden State. I mean, what more can they do?
They're a one-dimensional team.
But
So is that really a surprise?
I'm gonna say this. There's a kid on Golden State that has been impressing the world over the last 5 games. I'm trying to think of his name. I'll go and find it. I'll go and find it while you go to the East. I'm gonna find his name. But that dude been shaking up the world with his
Hold on.
play.
Hey, let me tell you why Golden State is disappointing. Because at one point they had draft picks and they had a chance to keep a young core coming in there after the Steph Currys, the Klay Thompson, and the Draymonds. If they would have been looking for the future at a certain time versus just relying on Steph Curry and Draymond Green and Klay Thompson turning all the ACLs and stuff, they would have still been relevant right now. But Jordan Poole, you let him go.
Right.
The
Had
center
to.
they drafted a while ago. What was
Was
the center they had?
he
They
was a
drafted
cancer.
him like top 5 or something, Wiseman or
Oh,
something
you
like
talking
that.
about
I don't know where he played.
he's in Detroit
I don't
now
know where
kicking
he
ass.
played anymore.
He's
Oh,
in
okay,
Detroit.
but they had, and then you had Kevin Durant that you could have. I forgot what the trade was for that, or what. But it's like you
He
could have
left for
put
free
yourself in
agency.
position.
Yeah, he wanted out.
It wasn't free agency. Okay, but you put
Yeah, he wanted
yourself
out.
in position really to not build for the future at all. Like, we should have. What is? I think you thinking of Kuminga. Is that who you thinking of?
No, no, no,
The
no,
Kaminga.
guy that
no,
really,
hell no,
really
hell
was?
no.
No.
Because let me
Okay.
give a shout out to Kaminga because look at his development, and that's what I think Golden State is doing. I think they're redeveloping, still around Steph, but not so much around Clay and Draymond.
Yeah, they out. They on the
Because
way out.
look at how Kaminga's playing, and that Trace Alexander Jackson or something like that. Let me get his name right.
I would
Because
have
that
traded
dude,
Clay when he still had value. They should
I
have been
told
traded
y'all
Clay
that.
when he had
I
value.
told y'all they should have traded him.
Trace
I knew
Jackson
they
Davis.
wasn't though. I knew they wasn't because they drafted Clay. He grew up with Steph pretty much in the league, so they wasn't gonna break that up. They probably would have made Steph unhappy if they would have traded him or Draymond.
Right. If they'd have broke that up, they would have ruined Steph. And they don't want to do that. They're gonna cater. That's the same reason why Giannis' brother's still on the
He
books.
would be playing without them anyway. Steph is gonna play longer than Draymond and Clay. We all know this
Right. But
because
but he
one
needed
thing one
but
thing you're always gonna need is 3-point shooting.
Yep.
okay, so this is what I'm gonna say this real quick. That damn, y'all made me forget the name. Hold on.
You said Trey.
Trace Jackson Davis. Have y'all heard how that dude been playing lately?
Nah.
No,
Wiseman, Moody is still there, and Kaminga. Wiseman is in Detroit now.
got you.
And that's Trevor. Trevor put that out there. So check this out. I think that Draymond and Clay might be lifers. And the reason why is because
I can see
true,
that.
you can get better players for them, but you want to keep Steph happy. And that's Steph age range. You bring in some kids, Steph ain't got nobody in his age range.
If we trying to
Outside.
win, Tate,
No.
we trying to win.
It matters. That's the reason why you
Nah,
need
before it's
it.
all said and done, one of them gone.
Look, that's
It
the
don't
reason
matter if you're
why
not competing no more.
that's the reason why UD stayed in Miami so long. It was for that locker room presence more than it was on the court. I think that's what, not so much Draymond, but I think they're gonna keep Clay because they can get him to hit some occasional threes, and just Steph needs somebody to be with.
He should retire too. Clay and
Steph?
Draymond should go ahead and just retire. No, Clay and Draymond should
You're
retire.
wrong. I don't agree with that. I don't
They should
agree with
retire.
Draymond,
They
I
should
agree with.
retire.
They're a
He got
one-dimensional
What is
team,
Clay
man.
doing?
He
We got
got
to
one
look at
more
it for what
growing.
it
Clay is a
is.
shell. Clay is a
Hey,
shell of
Draymond
himself.
got one more growing kick in him, y'all. He got one more growing kick.
That's about all
I'm
he
just
got.
saying, but it's like they did the opposite of what the Chicago Bulls did to break up the Bulls dynasty. When the Bulls were winning, Jerry Krause ownership, they wanted to break it up because they were trying to go ahead and retool for the future. Well, the
They were
players felt like, hey, we didn't win 2-3 back-to-backs. Don't break it up. Let us lose before you start doing that. which made sense. But the Warriors, they let it go too long. It's like,
Yep.
the impact of the Warriors hasn't been that in a while. To where you feared
They
the
just won
Splash
2 years
Brothers,
ago.
Draymond. Man,
Yeah, they
look,
did.
is it 2 years ago or was it 3 years
Yeah,
ago? It was
2022
2 years
they
ago.
won. They beat Boston.
They just won 2 years ago.
They beat
Okay.
Boston in
And
2022.
even then, Klay Thompson wasn't the Klay Thompson he was in the first championships that they won. You can still
No.
kind of see a diminishing effect on Klay
Yeah,
Thompson.
I
And
agree with that.
Draymond, of course, Draymond, man, come on now. Draymond, yeah, he give you 7 rebounds and 7 assists and play
Wait,
defense or whatever,
Draymond.
but
Draymond is turning into a granddaddy before our very eyes. He got more gray hair than his
man,
beard. I'm
He
like,
got
what y'all
he
the
talking
got
about?
only
more
way
gray hair than me.
Damn.
the only way I think they could have kept that relevant is they would have found some way to keep Kevin Durant. If Kevin Durant was still there, then maybe I'll say you don't break up the team because give you an outside shot to do something. Because I didn't think the Warriors was going to win the year they won the last championship either. I remember that year.
Here's
Money,
a
Right.
wild hair.
I think the Warriors could have found a way to pay Kevin Durant. I think they could.
Here's a
Because
wild
look,
hair, Mr.
you
Black.
got Steph at a max. You
Uh-huh.
got Clay at a max. You had Jordan Poole at a max. They had to restructure Draymond Green's thing because they couldn't afford to pay him max. Kevin Garnett was going to get max money. They couldn't afford to keep all of them people.
Kevin Durant.
That's
Well,
why your
see,
ass confused
so
me earlier with Kevin Garnett. I'm thinking you talking about Kevin Durant.
No,
Never
I
mind.
said Garnett. Okay, you mean with the Timberwolves?
Yeah, when you said Timberwolves and Kevin Garnett, I'm thinking Kevin Durant. So I
No.
got screwed up.
I
Here's a
don't,
wild
but
hair,
see,
gentlemen.
they don't. I don't. I
Wild
mean,
hair.
not Tate. I'm sorry, Jesus. I don't think they give Jordan Poole that max contract if
I
you
agree.
still got Kevin Durant. You
I
know what I'm
agree.
saying?
I
I don't
agree.
even
They
think
would have
Jordan
got
Poole
him
would
out of
be
there a long
relevant.
time ago.
I
Jordan
agree.
Poole wouldn't even
Huh?
been relevant if Kevin Durant
I
was
agree
still.
with you, Mr. Black. You right.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Now, here's a wild hair, y'all. I'm trying to give y'all a wild hair. I have a feeling before Steph call it quits that Kevin Durant will be a Warrior again. What do y'all think?
I don't see it.
You know why? Because he ain't been shit since.
Ain't no
I
attachment
think he
to it
gonna go back.
though, Tate. I don't think
I think
there's
he go back.
attachment to it because he still get in basketball conversations, and we just talking about us right here. Let's not even talk about the world. But in this basketball conversation right now, none of us are going to give Kevin Durant the type of credit that let's say a LeBron and Cleveland got for winning that championship against the Warriors would get because it was too easy. You went there and you teamed up with the Monstars. It's like if Michael Jordan switched sides in the Space Jam. You switch sides, you're supposed to win the championship, man. Nobody is. It was a foregone conclusion. As soon as he said, "I'm going to the Warriors," I knew that as long as he was there, they're going to the finals. I already
Yeah.
knew that they were
So
going without him.
wait.
So,
But here's the thing though, Mr. Black. He left thinking that he had the mojo and he ain't won
mm-hmm,
shit since. So two things gotta happen, in my opinion. He gotta
mm-hmm.
either win without them or go back to them and win when they're at an older age, which will get more credibility because they're not the monsters now. Right?
I don't
So
see
But I
that
don't think.
dance happening twice
if
though.
KD go back,
That's what I'm saying.
it's not gonna
I
be
think his.
looked
I
at
think
the
his bad
same.
feelings attached. I think his
It's not
bad
gonna be
feelings
looked at
attached.
it can't get no worse than the bad feelings that LeBron had against Cleveland, but he took his ass back and won 2
But
championships.
but but
Yeah.
see, but see, that was with the owner, the one particular person. LeBron
Oh,
still had a lot of people he loved in that building. He still had, family and friends and all that in Cleveland. He from Akron,
LeBron.
which is not there. KD ain't from San Francisco.
Wait, they
He not from
booed
there.
the shit out of LeBron. They booed LeBron worse than any heel in the WWE.
But he's from there, Tate. I'm
Right.
saying that when KD left there, you already got Draymond calling him out his name. Saying we don't need you. And then they
I've been
went and won
called.
a championship without him. So in two different occasions, they proven that we win without Kevin Durant. I don't see
Yeah.
Kevin Durant feeling like that he needs to go back to because it's not going to prove anything. They've
Nah.
already proven they can win without you and they can win with you. He's the
Yep.
only one that hasn't proven that he can't win without them. So in order for him to feel probably good about a career, he's going to have to get another ring outside of the one in Golden State. I just don't know if that's going to happen in Phoenix.
Hey, Tay, I would see him going back to OKC before I see him going back to Golden State.
If Golden State asks Kevin Durant to
I
come
can see
back,
that.
he's coming back.
Nah.
He's not coming back. He's not coming back.
He ain't going to. Well,
No.
he'll go to OKC because the shit is cake now.
Well,
It's
but
set
look
up.
though, if he's the returning superstar, the first superstar that OKC had, because they went from Seattle to OKC, right? He was the
Right,
first
right.
superstar that they had. So if you return your superstar who started this all to put you over the top with the young talent that you have, that's a better story than him going back to Golden State where you
Right.
got 2 glorified rings. To me,
I agree. However, if Golden State asks Kevin Durant to come back,
He ain't going.
it's
he's not
happening.
going.
He ain't
He's not
going.
going.
He ain't
He's
going,
not
Tay.
going, Tate.
All right, that's cool. Cause look, if he go back, y'all asses gotta wear
We're
Golden
gonna be
State.
here.
Kevin Durant.
We're gonna be here.
We
All
gonna,
right.
we gonna
That's
do
me
that.
too.
Y'all gotta buy Golden
he ain't
State
going-
Kevin Durant shirts. He going. Let them call
Hold
him
on.
back. Let
They're
this.
not gonna
Let this.
call him
Matter of
back,
fact, let
man.
this.
For what?
But I do understand. I get it. OKC that'll be a telling hell of a story.
Yeah, it would.
But I'm gonna say this: let this garbage happen in Phoenix, and they don't make the playoffs or get eliminated early, and Golden State have a shitty time, and the opportunity presents itself. You'll see. I think it'll happen.
Okay.
He ain't going back, Tate. He done with them, man. He didn't. You remember when he was saying, the story came out was saying that he didn't like the way he was treated versus Steph. He felt like that they, held Steph to a different standard than they held Kevin. Well, it
It's
was
Steph team.
right. I know. The way you're looking, I agree. But if you're Kevin Durant and you feeling like, well, I'm the savior, y'all begged me to come here. Y'all was in the Hamptons asking me to come join the team. He's
That don't mean it's
expecting a
your
different
team.
level of treatment. But
That don't mean it's
see. Who won the 2 MVPs during the championship years? Them years.
Steph let him win it.
No, he
Kevin
didn't.
Durant did.
He was the
Kevin
best player on the
Durant
team.
He was the best player on the
Steph
team.
allowed it.
What?
He didn't allow nothing. He didn't allow
Oh,
nothing, man. Kevin Durant went out there and gave them boys the work. Now he had 3 bullies with him when he was giving the work, but he still gave the work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he was the best player. It wasn't even close.
It
Hey,
wasn't close.
I still
I
say
felt bad for
Steph
LeBron
allowed
during them
it.
years, man. I felt bad because I really honestly felt like Tate that LeBron didn't want to go to the finals them years, but he had to. Because what
Right.
else can you do? It's like the East is so bad that we're
Yeah.
still better than y'all. And then we're
Yeah.
gonna go here and we know we're gonna get washed against the Warriors because they just got too much. And all we got is
He
Kyrie,
knew that was
who
it.
want to leave himself, and then did left, and then you got Kevin Love. You know what I'm saying? So that wasn't enough, man. That
Nah, it
wasn't
wasn't enough. Nope.
Hey, I'm gonna say this, man. Look, I enjoyed this conversation with y'all. I love stirring the pot. I still say that soup gonna be golden at the end of the day.
All right, Tate.
Hey, let me ask y'all something though, real quick.
Yeah, go for it.
When Kevin Durant go to the Hall of Fame, who do y'all think he's gonna want to go in the Hall of Fame as? The team.
Okay,
Whoever
so-
he playing for.
Whoever he playing for at the time,
No,
or
yeah.
the last team he played for.
Wait,
at the time?
no. So wait, the question, because they don't go in the Hall of Fame as under a team.
No, they don't.
And
Well,
jersey.
I thought because
hanging the
Kevin
jersey
Garnett
up.
said he wanted to go in as a Celtic. Wasn't that a thing just a while ago? They thought he was going to choose.
They might get him in their ring of honor.
What I'm
No, I'm
thinking is
talking
you
about the Hall
talking
of Fame. I
about
thought it
jersey
was
retirement. Are you talking about jersey retirement?
No, I would have to look it up, but I could have sworn.
Nah, you don't go in there with no team. You go in there for your accolades, and it's up to the team.
Because they ask you what, just like, okay, maybe I'm thinking about football, but I know in football you get to choose what team you want to go in there as a player. You're still, of course, going in there as a player, but you still get to go in there as, like, Emmitt Smith is in there as a Dallas Cowboy.
Right.
You know,
I don't think it
Peyton
worked that
Manning.
way in basketball.
I'm not
Okay, I thought
sure.
it did, but okay,
I'm
I
not
thought it
sure. I
did.
would have to look that up. I just never paid it that close attention when a player go in there because other than Jordan, them who played for the same team the whole time, and Bird
Y'all
and them.
might be right. Y'all might be right because I'm thinking about it's the basketball Hall of Fame, and the
Right.
NFL is specific to the NFL, and for
Right.
basketball it's college, it's
It's
it's all
whatever.
that, you know what I'm saying. So
Yeah,
y'all
cause
probably
see,
right. Yeah,
like Shaq got his jersey retired by I think every team that he played for.
Yeah, Miami.
Orlando was the last team to retire his jersey up in the rafters. So all those other teams he played for, the Cleveland, the Boston, the Lakers, I think he played
No,
wait,
with
he
them.
not.
Boston retired his jersey.
No, they didn't. No, they didn't.
Oh, they didn't.
Cleveland,
Okay,
Boston, all them fat Shaq years didn't get no
Oh,
damn
they didn't put
jersey.
it up
I
there.
think I think
Okay,
it, I I think it's just L.A., Miami, and
Miami.
Orlando.
It's only three.
Because he's
It's
like
yeah,
one of the. I think he's only one of the few players who got a jersey retired with three different teams.
yeah.
Okay.
Because
If I'm
Phoenix, he
not
was fat Shaq in Phoenix. He was fat Shaq and
right.
yeah, nah,
Do
Cleveland.
y'all do y'all think Orlando should have retired his jersey though?
Absolutely.
I remember they
absolutely,
was talking about that.
Absolutely.
You
Like I
think
said, I'm
so?
from Orlando,
Okay.
bro. And when he came to that
Right.
city, those
Right.
years the Orlando had been losing so bad, losing so bad, losing so bad. When Shaq came there, that blew up the notoriety for the city, and they started winning.
Well,
It was him,
they
Penny,
wasn't around that
Dennis.
long before he got there though, right? Didn't they become expansion
88,
team like in the
88.
90s?
They came in at
88?
88,
Oh, okay.
88,
Got you.
and he got
Okay.
drafted in like 92 or 93. And
and I'm
so,
Got you.
and
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you this regarding Shaq. Now, this is some personal. When it was announced that Shaq could be going to Miami, I called Sus and said, "Hey, Dwayne finna blow up if Shaq come there."
mhm,
That's the
Mm.
effect of Shaquille O'Neal at that
yeah,
time.
yeah,
Yeah, I ain't even
No,
got
for
to say
sure.
the rest of it. But that when I found out that he was going to Miami, I knew Dwayne was going to be a big star after that.
yep.
Knew it.
Now, Tate, I've heard you mention Dwayne more because I've never asked you this more than
Go
like,
for it.
do you know Dwayne Wade? Like, is that like a family friend or a relative or something?
That's all I got to say.
Oh,
Yeah, he
yeah.
know.
Okay, for sure.
Now,
You know, D Wade was
so
my
so
favorite player when he was playing, though, man. I love playing. I love D Wade.
I'll track it back. I'll track it back for you. I did an interview on Monday, and that was Dwayne's sister. That was the
Oh,
the
okay.
the young lady that raised him basically as a little boy when his mom was having trouble and his dad wasn't there. She was the
Gotcha.
one that handed him off to his father. So by knowing her, I was able to get to know him, go to all
Gotcha.
kind of games, go to Miami. I got to know Pops. I got to play like 36 holes of golf in Miami with Wade Sr. and Wade because he was there too.
Oh,
Dwayne
that's
was there.
dope.
Wayne
That's
Sr. was
dope.
there. I got to go to the Alonzo Mourning and Magic Johnson Celebrity Pool Tournament when it was here in Dallas for the All-Star
Oh, okay.
game when Dwayne won the
Okay.
MVP in Dallas. So I'm gonna basically say Dwayne owns Dallas. Yes, I said it. Because he won his first championship here, MVP here. But yeah, there is a connection that I do know
Got
them.
you.
So, yeah.
Ain't
Got you.
Dwayne Wade from Chicago?
He's from
He is.
absolutely
Okay.
59th Prairie, which is the south side of Chicago. And my wife actually went. Actually, they didn't. I don't know if they went to school, but they hung out in the neighborhood with his sister. So yeah,
Oh, okay.
that's how that.
For
That's how that
sure.
goes. Yeah,
That's
but
what's up.
honestly, all of my NBA experiences, Mr. Black. This is Dwayne's rookie card that's signed.
Oh
Oh,
wow.
awesome. Okay.
I wonder if y'all can see that.
I see
Oh
it.
yeah, no, that's
It's
dope, man. That's
signed
hey, Tate, don't guard that with your life, man.
with my life, brother. With
With
my
your
life,
life,
I'm telling
man.
you. I'm
Yeah.
trying to see what else. This gold ball came from them.
Oh,
What
okay.
else? Yeah, so just all kind. Man, I got so many signed items. Uh, jersey hanging up right there, signed. So yeah,
Oh,
I was
okay.
blessed to know them. I was blessed. I
That's
was
dope.
very blessed to know them, and
That's
all
dope.
that media shit. I don't. I don't fall into because I know them. When you know somebody, you know media just talking crap.
Right.
No, for
Like
sure.
on the real, I know we done ventured off, but it ain't nothing the media could say about Gabrielle that would make me turn what I know her to be, make me turn away from her.
Right.
You know, because
That's
I
what
know.
but that's what it's supposed to be when you actually met people and you know people, you had
Right.
conversations, you had outings. That's what it's supposed to be. You're not supposed to be able to deter me from what I know somebody to be if I know
Right.
them. All us,
And
we
with
just be on the outside. We don't be knowing shit. You know what I'm
right,
saying? Just like us sometimes when we talk about some of these guys' stories or whatever, we don't know. You know, we just speculate.
right. And so really quick, and this is not like being boisterous or anything. There's always stories behind what I do. But I went to Gabrielle's book. You know, she had a convention, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so she was telling her story and everything, and I got to go in the green room, and then we later went to dinner. Uh, that's the autograph she got for me and my wife.
Oh, that's
And
Mm.
dope,
so,
man.
and so the reason why I'm telling that story is because we eating dinner. First of all, when we walk into the restaurant, it's me walking in, and then Dwayne and Gabrielle like right behind me.
Oh wow.
Mm.
So when we go to sit down and eat dinner, Gabrielle, she calling me West Side all night because I'm from the West Side of Chicago. And
Oh,
so,
okay.
dude, we in the back of the restaurant in the private area. They turn the music up. We all karaokeing and laughing and kicking it and everything. And when you get to know people on that level,
Yeah.
Right.
it's nothing that the media could say that would deter me
I
from what
imagine it probably even make you mad when you hear some unflattering things about them because you know them. You know what I'm saying?
I have to turn away from a lot of it. I have to turn away from a
Right.
lot of it. And
Right.
again, there was opportunities where when I was on whatever show, like where if I was on TMI News or whatever, and an article come out about them, and of course it's TMI News, I would never get
Right.
on here and report some bullshit about them.
Right.
I would never get on, and if I'm ever confronted with that type of conversation, I put people in their place right then and there. So
Right.
that's pretty much the story behind that. And again, there's several other athletes and entertainers that I've had the opportunity to meet, and it's just nothing the media can do, man, that would turn me
Right.
against those folks because I know who they
For
really
sure.
are. So
For
in
sure.
saying that,
I was watching. Oh no, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, go ahead. It's on you.
No, no, I was just saying because I remember one of those stories. You know, the whole thing came out when I remember she spoke about her experience with America's Got Talent, and I remember Terry Crews, you know, came out and he said what he said. I appreciated that he went on the Club Shay Shay interview and cleared that up, like took
Right,
accountability, said that I was wrong, and talked about how Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union showed him so much love, even after he said, you know, what he said. They just, you know, they heard him out. They accepted his apology, you know, and he was appreciative of that moment. And I think it's important, man, that when you come out and you're wrong in such a fashion the way everybody sees it, you have to go on an equally as big platform and say why you were wrong and make sure you
fact,
give those people that credit that they didn't get before, you know.
facts. Because it's easy to we in the business, man, and it's easy to get in the inbox and say, "Hey, my bad." But it's bigger
Right,
when you get on your platform and say, "I fucked up.
Hmm.
right,
I should have
right,
done that, and I messed
right,
up. I'm human. I'm human. Everybody
right,
human. I messed up.
right,
So
right,
I apologize to that person in private. I apologize to that person in the whole, in front of everybody, and that's what make relationships stronger, and that's also what makes a man, especially when it's coming from a man, be a man.
Yeah.
Because I had to
right.
give props to Terry Crews after that interview with Club Shay Shay. I used to not like Terry Crews just based on what I
I
see
was in
on
the
TV.
same boat. I was in the same boat. Same boat.
I wouldn't even watch John Henry because Terry Crews was starring in it.
Oh wow.
That damn John
I heard
Henry.
it was
God damn,
terrible anyway.
I'm
I
not
heard it was
watching this.
terrible anyway.
So, so when he sat down, because I hate the goofy big dude. That's me. I can't stand like That's the reason why Dwight Howard, who need his jersey hung up in Orlando too. But that's the reason why a lot of people don't like Dwight Howard, because they see the big goofy, like
Yeah.
big goofy ass down. When Terry Crews got to talking though, and talking about his journey, that opened my eyes. And then when he manned up and said, I messed up. Because again, when he brought up Gabrielle and Dwayne, I'm going back to my experiences with them. And I'm like, when he said, Dwayne said, come here, black man. Come on, man. We cool. That's Dwayne. That's Dwayne. That's Dwayne.
Right.
When Gabrielle said, I accept your apology, we cool. Cause when I tell y'all, she cool like that, like homegirl cool. Like if they was jumping rope outside, I could see her going outside and jumping in the rope. She that cool.
Oh, okay.
Right.
So when Terry Crews said that, that's when I was like, yes, that shit really did happen. And yes, that's them. And yeah, that was big of him to do that. So big props, big props to Terry Crews on that, because I ain't gonna lie, I ain't like him. I did not like Terry Crews. There was nothing you can tell me about it. I just didn't like him. And
no,
I got
agree.
to say, I stopped liking his ass after White Chicks.
Nah, it was more so of the controversial things like I think he said something about black supremacy, and again the thing about Gabrielle Union. Again, that made me say, all right, I ain't messing with this dude right here, man. I don't know what he on. I did like White Chicks, of course, for what it was.
I said
You know what I'm
after.
saying? Because
I
I'm
said
a big
after.
fan of the Wayne brothers.
I said
Oh
after.
no, I'm just saying I like
I
the
love
Wayne
White
brothers
Chicks.
and stuff like that. So, but it's like, like you said, after that, kind of that goofy energy, and then and look, I know it's easy to say what you would have done because you're not in the situation. But when that whole thing happened with the Hollywood producer, a whole big part of me wanted him to be able to hit that dude right in the mouth when that happened.
Yeah.
I understand why he didn't, but I'm just saying, as a black man looking at you this big linebacker looking dude, I'm like, hey man, punch him right in the damn mouth. That's what I wanted. But I understand why he didn't. Again, I understand.
You know what? I didn't understand, and I'm like, beat his ass. Yes, I had the same beat his ass. But I thought about it.
Right.
I thought about it. We all have been in
Mm-hmm.
situations where we cannot act like that. And we might have been groped
Mm-hmm.
at work, or say somebody say something slick at work, and
Mm-hmm.
you can't nigga out on them.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. So we've all been in those situations. However, I still couldn't see past the physical of you being this
Right.
big dude and you let this little punk come and grab you.
Yeah.
And now you're crying the way ladies be crying. That's what I had. That was my opinion.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
you crying,
No, because
crying.
I understand, Tate, but I think also we do also have to give some, you know what I'm saying, some merit to we old school. Even I know you're older than me. I don't know how much older or anything, but I have an old soul. I watched my grandfather, I watched these men be men. Towards like, so when you come up in that kind of environment, that kind of mentality, you're like, hey, nah, man, you supposed to punch that dude in the mouth. But at the
That's
same
man.
time, in the age of things being a little more sensitive, because we are in a sensitive time to where you can't make the same jokes, you can't do the same things, can't even make the same movies because you might offend somebody. And because of that, I do have to say that him being in the Me Too movement, I understood it, you know what I'm saying, as far as the significance of him doing that and what it meant. But at the same time, again, I like you because of how I grew up. I just wanted him to be like, punch in the mouth,
Yeah.
bro, and go on about your day. You know what I'm saying? That's what I wanted.
Yeah.
And the old school part of me say that the lady that came up with the Me Too movement, ain't nobody touch her. But that's the old school, maybe it
Yeah.
did. Hey, we gonna bring this
Yeah.
show to a close. We stupid, y'all. And again, man, we gonna have more conversations, sports related, but also life related. We gonna talk. We
Mhm.
gonna
For
talk about
sure.
those things because it was something that happened that recently that I got loaded up, but I wasn't ready for BGZ on it. I wasn't. I wasn't ready for BGZ with this. So we're gonna talk about it next week. How about that?
Okay, bet.
Next week, I gotta get ready for BGZ because he gonna tear my ass up on this one. So in saying that, go ahead and talk about what y'all doing, and then we're gonna get out of here. What you doing, Mr. Black?
Oh, for sure, man. So, of course, I got the movie Grit. I directed and produced with my guy Jeff X Visual that's coming out later this year. We got Christmas with the Fam, which has a appearance from very own TMI Tate in there. That'll be coming out this holiday season. I got a web series again that I'm working on, and I'm not going to speak on it yet because it's not, concrete. But I just had a very important meeting yesterday with some big people that y'all know. I'm just not gonna say nothing yet, and I'm
Okay.
hoping that opportunity, you know what I'm saying,
Look at this. Look at
transfers
this.
into something or comes to something. Yeah, for sure, for sure.
You know what
But
you
yeah,
said
man,
earlier.
for sure. But yeah, that's what I got going on, man.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
Sure.
BGZ, what's up?
Yep. So check me out on Facebook, BGZ Henny Kid. Also we do the Zoom through Common Sense Chronicles every Friday night, and then on Saturday night through my group or whatever, Petty Sexy Cool, we do the B side, the Zoom cast or whatever. We talking about all kind of stuff from life, relationships, and all that good stuff.
I'm gonna say this.
Gee, make sure you put the link in the chat, man, so I can make sure I kiss it.
Okay, bet.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this. This weekend, Mr. TMI, yeah, we're filming, but I'm in front of the camera this weekend. So,
Okay.
hey, Meek, I'm gonna be playing Meek, so y'all gonna see how it turned out.
Okay.
Now, so that's with shout out to the Sharon Circle, Mike GG Productions. We've been shooting every weekend in March, and damn it, we almost wrapped. So, looking forward to that. Also, really big, Laugh-A-Mania. Make sure you get your early bird tickets by tomorrow. Laugh-A-Mania, man. We are combining the glitz and glam of wrestling with comedy, with stand-up comedy. So you're not going to want to miss Laugh-A-Mania.
That's
Y'all make sure you
interesting.
get your
Yeah.
tickets on Eventbrite. Look up Laugh-A-Mania. And damn, I got a lot of stuff going on. Oh. We got TMI News on Tuesday night. We had a special guest on Monday night, so we actually had a special edition on Monday night, which was Tregear Wade, and then Tuesday night we had none other than Kendra Rainey King. Both
Oh,
phenomenal
shout out
interviews.
Kendra Rainey King. Okay.
Yes, both phenomenal interviews. Make sure y'all go and check out the replay on those interviews here at Bold and Driven EP on YouTube. So, in saying
And I
that,
got one more thing. I'm sorry, one more thing before we wrap.
no, knock
I
yourself
forgot to
out, bro.
mention we have a fundraiser show going on Sunday, March 17th. This is for Wayne Salter, who is the owner of Snookies, which is a club that is multi-purposes as far as venue in Dallas. It's been very instrumental in the film community and just in entertainment, comedy shows, poetry, whatever really you can put up in there. Wayne has done it, and he's getting a new building. So I'm doing a show on Sunday with a lot of the great talent in Dallas. We got some of the top comedians. We got phenomenal music artists hosted by my guy Brandon Be Naked, who is gonna,
Yes, sir.
make sure he keep that thing live and energetic. But if you're watching this, please go on my page, Kagan Alexander Black. I have the link on there. Tickets is $20. 100% of the proceeds are gonna go to Wayne to help him get his new building.
That is super awesome, y'all. Super awesome. On the 17th, man. Hey, I'm gonna do my best, bro, to be in the building that day.
For
That's
sure,
I'm
man.
doing everything I can. Me and matter of fact, I'm gonna bring my wife out, man. I'm gonna do my
Nice.
best, if nothing, barring none, because I'm a husband, and she'll say, we were supposed to go to my sister's house.
Right. I understand. I
So
get it. I
if
get
it's
it.
clear,
Yeah.
we will be there,
Right.
y'all. So, in saying that, it's been another hell of a show. And hey, let's get on out of here, y'all.
Peace.